Well, hello, everybody. We
Hello,
love
hello.
you. And we welcome you to Alpha E Mind Masteries United Earth Angels Series, episode 20 already. Who am I? I'm Tobi Staples. I support spiritual warriors that are feeling conflict, chaos, and confusion. Back to calmness and clarity and a vibrant state, living on purpose with intention. Andy, you want to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Andy Joe Ford. I am a fellow Earth Angel and a mom of 11 and a wife to a wonderful husband and one of Toby's students.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, already episode 20. I can't believe it. Well, look, a couple of things I want to mention to you before we get into the episode tonight, okay? I really want you to invite you. I believe there may be a couple of slots open. Maybe I should have checked before inviting you all, but if I need to open a couple of more slots, just let me know. The weekly Empowering You meetup for the next 2 weeks. There was some intense learning dropped in the first week. Everybody who's invested their energy into the work that was in that handout and really dove into the investment of themselves and ridding themselves of their old self are already feeling the effects of it. I've already completed the package for week 2, I'm proud to say. So guys, if you haven't registered to join us from 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, Friday nights, please do, because you've got 2 more weeks of having me 2 hours at your disposal to answer anything that you want and teach you what I've got in my learning package for you all. And it has been effective. Aside from that, I really want to mention that I have been asked to co-host with Randy Warner for the Survivor Summit. And I've accepted the invite. So it is on suicide awareness and encouraging her courage box. So I'd like to mention that. Guys, everything that I bring out to table for you, the links are all in the comments. Please register for these summits. The Epic Legendary Summit is coming up with Michael Whitehouse. I'm speaking at that summit. Please, everybody register. That is the best of the best for online business. So it's very different from what you may expect. So you're going to have a lot of things at your disposal during that summit that it's great to excel in any online business that you're doing. So please, Epic Legendary Summit. Guys, please register because, again, I will be speaking, yes, but he has brought together the best of online business. All right. Then the Boot in the Ass Summit is a summit that I'm co-hosting with Michael Whitehouse in November. So it's not something that's happening now, but register now and put it in your calendar and wait for the alert because it is going to be an epic event. Come on, I'm co-hosting it and I'm speaking. Come on, you guys got to come out. But also, there's speaker slots available because the turnout has been so great that it is now extended to 2 days. So guys, if you want to speak, Andy, you as well, if you want to come out and speak at the Boot in the Ass Summit, you got to make sure that you get that application in to Michael Whitehouse because he's the governor of the governance of that summit, but I'm co-hosting with him. But, that would be a great platform too for you to come out if you got the time, big time. So guys, all of the links for all of the summits, the Survivor Summit, the Epic Legendary Summit, and the Boot in the Ass Summit, all the links are in the comments. I already see there's 21 registrations for the Boot in the Ass. Yes, the Boot in the Ass Summit. I need more than that. I want to see more than that. I see how many viewers are on my videos. There's no reason why I don't have the same numbers in my registrations for the things that I'm doing. If you guys have the time to come and listen to me, well, then you have the time to click the link and come and support the things that I'm doing too. Guys, all right? And talking about that, I really want to mention Andy's LinkedIn audio rooms, Tuesday nights. On the 22nd, she's having a book launch. So tomorrow, there won't be a LinkedIn audio room, but she is having her launch on the 22nd. The links again are in the comments. We come out here and we support your growth and your change. I would appreciate it all if you guys all come and support Andy's book launch. Okay? Because it does tie into this topic too. All of this does. Because tonight we're going to talk about releasing the old self and embracing your true given capacities. And this is what both of us have been doing with doing these things. So please support Andy in her efforts. All right? Just the same way that she comes and she devotes her time and her energy while she has a house full of children that she has to take care of, while I hear everybody that has a less of a load than she does make all the excuses in the world, and she can still do it. Just like, same for me. So it's going to be a no excuse kind of bullshit. No more. It's no excuse. We come out here, we invest the time, we invest the energy, we invest the love, we expect it reciprocated with the support given. So if you can't attend the book launch, go link her on LinkedIn, share the link so that, share it around. You may not want to go, but there may be somebody that does want to go and support. Seriously. But I encourage you all to please do that, because this is what it's all about. Okay, we pay it forward. Just the same way we pay it forward and we devote time and we make sure. This is episode 20 now. So there's no reason why her book launch should be an empty audience or should be no. She should have the same backative of the same investment that she's given to all of you. So I encourage you all to do that, please. And I encourage you all also to register at all the summits and the links. Because it's always a win-win-win-win, anything that I put my life force into. Because like my friend said in a video, Tobi, anything you touch turns to gold. Yeah, I know that because that's my auric field color. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Okay, guys, make sure that you support Andy, please. Now let's go on to the topic. Releasing the old self and embracing your true given capacities. Andy.
Yes.
Take it away, girl.
Hi. Well, first off, I want to say that if I hadn't released my old self and embraced what I need to do, what I was made to do, I wouldn't have written a book. I wouldn't have, put my ideas on paper. It just wouldn't have happened. But I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was on antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds. I have a note stating that I need Oreo, my big old Great Dane, to go everywhere with me, because I was so anxious about being around more than a few people. Even at home, guys, like I had 7 kids. One of them just moved out recently because he turned 18, but 7 kids and my husband, and I was still anxious about being in my living room. It was bad. I was tired of feeling that way. I met Tobi on Anka's TikTok, her live TikTok, and I was drawn to her. And since then, I have, she told me that she can help me. If I'm ready, she can help me. I was like, okay, because everybody knows that your brain's telling you this ain't gonna work. You're gonna be on this medicine for the rest of your flipping life. You're not gonna get any better just by listening to somebody. Well, no, you're not. You have to put in the work. You can't just listen to people talk and be like, oh, yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. And then go on about your day and not do anything about it. You have to you have to take in what is told to you and put it to work in yourself. Now, when I started talking to Toby, I had a list of books in my head that I wanted to write.
Hi, Bobby Lynn. I
Now,
love you.
hi,
Okay.
Bobby Lynn. I had a list of books that I wanted to write, and I was like, okay. All I had on that paper was a title. I knew what I wanted to write about. I had written down some stuff in a notebook about, stages, ages, what I did, what I should have done, my mistakes, the things I learned. But my brain was telling me, you can't do that. You can't. You can't do that. I mean, you're not an author. You can't. And the more and more I talked to Toby, the more and more my heart told my brain to, excuse my language, but shut the fuck up. Once I listened to my heart and not my brain, the words just flowed out. I was typing like crazy. Granted, it's only 7 chapters, but that's 7 chapters that are packed with lessons I learned that I want to pass on to somebody else. And it just freed me. Once I started doing my inner work, working on myself, self-love, self-care, I threw away the old me and I haven't looked back. Now, every now and then, I will tell you, sometimes it tries to grab me by the ankles, but I know it's trying. So I push it away. You know, I get back to the new me way, and the old me leaves me alone. It's a work in progress until the day you die, actually. It really is. But you have to embrace your new me. You can't just give up and say, oh, this is too much work. Because, I mean, it's really not. It's really not. If you want to continue to feel the way you feel in your new me skin, it's not that hard to do. It's really not. Wake up in the morning, tell yourself all those things that you need to hear, that your soul needs to hear from your mouth, that your heart is sending to you to say about yourself. Start your day like that, and it's not work.
Hey, get out of there, big head. Sorry.
It's
My
you're
dog.
fine.
She's big head.
And it just becomes a way of living and a way of thriving. I thrive. I don't survive. I thrive. I'm out of survival mode. Been out of it for a minute. I'm enjoying where I'm at. I'm thriving. I'm growing. I actually, Toby, I have a script that I'm going to go over with a director in a couple of days. He finally sent me the script. So,
Well,
yeah.
would you have been able to do that as your old self?
No, I tried as my old self. Honestly, I
Hey,
did.
Josh, love ya.
I tried as my old self. Did I
And
succeed? No, yeah, I did not succeed. I did
okay,
not.
hold on here. Hold on here. So you tried to do exactly what you're successfully doing right now
Yeah,
as your old self, and you were not successful.
right. I've had the same manager for 3 years now for acting. Not even joking.
I love to hear that you have made such a shift.
Most definitely.
So it was easy as okay. Now listen, when I hear that stuff, when I hear that stuff, and look at that, Bobby Lynn. Hey, bestie. She's talking to Josh. Hey, bestie. I love that. I love the two of you guys, and I'm glad you're here. You
Yes.
know, how difficult was it to break yourself down and release with every part that you had? Because you, as you see, it wasn't just a flush and it was done. You had levels and devils and levels and devils and level. You know what I mean? Like, so how difficult was it for you to focus
Um,
inwardly to change the pattern of the meds and change the pattern of the results, because you're already seeing the results of it? So you said it was easy, but explain to people how simple it can be, please, because everybody fears change.
oh, I was scared to change. I was so scared to change. Like I said, anti-anxiety medicine, fear of a lot of stuff. Um, it's a mindset. And it's we get stuck in ruts. We get stuck in places in our lives and we get comfortable. I was comfortable with taking meds. I was comfortable with just going certain places. I was comfortable with hanging out in the living room with my kids until they got too rowdy and then I came in my room and watched Netflix for hours. I was comfortable with that. I was excited to watch Netflix for, that's I still get excited over shows, but I don't, I don't like, oh, I'm going to leave this area because I'm too anxious and I'm going to go watch this. No, it's hard to change. You have to want to change. Like I said, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like my kids would come in, Mommy, you want to play? You want to do this? You want to do that? I'm tired. You know how much I heard that growing up? More than I'd care to say. I played with my little sister more than I spent time with my mom. And she's 8 years younger than me. Um, but I was tired of telling my kids, no, I don't want to. I'm tired. And Mommy's tired. I'll do it another time. I mean, am I a perfect mom now? No. Hell no. Do I do everything they want to do? No. But am I more pleasant about it? Yes. Do I spend more time with them? Yes. Am I cooped up in my bedroom for 90% of the day? No.
Well, because you're not on those meds keeping you locked in there.
Right. Right. I got tired of being tired. And I just didn't I didn't want my life to pass me by, my kids' lives to pass them by any more than it already had without mommy wanting to do stuff with them. It's you have to want to change. It won't just happen. You can't just watch our one of our live streams and be like, "Oh, I'm changed." No, it's hard. She feels that so deeply. Yep, it's hard. You have to physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally want you to feel better. You have to want to be able to do things. And the depression medicine, anxiety medicine, they're literally made to make you not want to. Suicidal thoughts, that is a daggone side effect for the depression medicine I was on.
It's the side effect of all. Listen, I did nursing and I did mental health, and I passed that section, and all of those meds actually make you worse. Like they put you in a comatose state, unable to function, because it slows down your brain patterns. It slows down your capacity to function.
It does. I'm living proof that it does. Because I was on Wellbutrin. I was on, what was that anti anxiety? I don't remember what it was. I haven't taken a pill at all since January. I stopped taking those two in December. because I started feeling better. I'd take half of them, and I was feeling even better. And I was like, you know what? No. I don't even take ibuprofen or Tylenol or anything because I don't need it. I'm free.
Our body is the biggest chemical factory. It can do our body. I'm going to jump in here too, and I'm going
Go
to
right
put
ahead.
some knowledge on the table here for everybody tonight. That's what your brain is for, people. Your brain knows how to function that whole system better than any doctor does, better than any person does, and better than anybody's belief system about what is even capable. Our brains are there because, Bobby Lynn says, I went through similar in the past 2 years. Since I've thrown those pills away, I've been feeling much more connected. Not perfect, but a work in progress. Yeah,
Yes.
you're going to feel a huge change after the next 3 weeks. I'm proud of where you've come so far. But you invested in yourself last week, and you came out, and you felt also another new change. And this Friday, you're going to feel more of a change. And by next Friday, you're going to feel more of a change. And then that's why I did these Friday meets, so that you guys could genuinely step into your power now. Understanding what it is energetically and making sure that you can be in full power and not depending on anybody else's belief system, but functioning from the power of your being that knows all things and knows exactly how to operate. That brain you have works everything. Your central nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system, every response, every receptor, look at your immune system and all the shit it's got to do for you in a day. Like I say in one of my books, if you had to govern that by yourself, you'd be dead. You're not allowed to play in the subconscious brain because of what it has to do for you. But it sure as messes you up if you've got stuff stored in there that you shouldn't. And that ties into this topic about the old self. We change every day. We only stay stuck looking the way we do and doing how we do, thinking and speaking and doing the way we do because we choose to. And we believe that that is just how we are. And that is just how we must be. And we just must settle because that's what we've been taught to do. Okay, you can't do that. I did. I don't even recognize who I am today versus 2 years ago. I'm super excited to be a part of this. Best gift ever.
Yes.
You know what? I had to gift the world with all of this amplified energetic influence. I said, you know what? Okay, I'll comply. I'll do it. Because honestly, that was the Wednesday, eh? I was instructed, Toby, you drop what you're doing, you go and you launch this thing for Friday night. And I'm like, are you kidding me? No PR, no nothing. And then my boss tells me, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, I'm ready at any time you tell me to. So let me do it. And I was instructed on how it had to be for the fundamental learning for you guys to literally assist you to change your life. So I did it, and the turnout was amazing, and the impact was amazing. The feedback was out of this world. It just excited me to power pack another presentation for you guys all for Friday night. Literally. And it's done and complete with another power packed punch. Why? Because we got a rare blue moon, the sturgeon moon happening. So this is the perfect time to release everything that you guys wrote in that story last week on Friday. That's why I brought it to the surface. I brought it up so you guys could all see it and release it. I knew what was coming. Come on. There's a method to my madness. And with this new moon, you have the chance to release those patterns. Look, the sun is the masculine side of us. Okay? That's the creator side. The feminine side is the moon side. Okay, so you've got your masculine's run by the sun and your feminine is run by the moon. Use these energies at play for your highest opportunity to release the old self, the old patterns, the old soul ties, the old attachments, the old needs and wants, because everybody's functioning from a need and want basis. What drives you in life? Your needs and your wants. It can't be like that. What drives you from this choice on should be your truest heart's desires and nothing but. And the governance of your being from your higher self. You have a chance to embody that for yourself and release the old ways. But if you can't look at them and you can't accept that those are the patterns that are in you, you can't disrupt them and reinstall new ones. And where there's been a pattern, you must reinstall a new one. And if you don't, that's why your old self will pull you back into those patterns, because that is the most familiar thing for your body to do to keep you safe under the conditions and the management of your energetic bank. That's why. It's law of least effort. Your body will do for you what is easiest for you by the laws of least effort, because it has way too much stuff to manage within your body. Think about that. You smell food, you salivate. You go to feed your baby a spoonful of food and you got your mouth open. Okay, there are responses and actions that are happening unaware. And I'll say it out here too. You haven't changed the way you wiped your ass since you learned how to. So, guys, this is what I mean. Switch things up in totality for yourself. And it's going to be a huge win-win-win-win all the way around. Andy, what do you think?
I totally agree. Yeah, some things are better left not messed with, like that subconscious. Yeah, you can't do what it's meant to do. Let it do its job. So your brain operates everything in you. That's true. Everybody knows that to be true, but some people like to say that, your brain is where all your thoughts should come from. But that's not. It's your heart is where all your thoughts should come from. They should call it your what? You should listen to your feelings, or what would you call that?
Actually, Andy, I'll tell you. There are no thoughts attached to the heart. It is only the truest heart's desires.
Okay.
Through exploration and discovery in your truest nature, you don't think about it. There are no thoughts attached to what makes you feel joyous. And you're going to do what you're called to do, pulled to do what makes you feel joyous when you're governed by your heart. There's no thinking attached.
Right. If you start thinking,
then you're up here in your programming and in your belief systems and in your patterns.
Right. We were created to follow our heart. Our brain was created to operate our body. We were created to follow our heart's desires. Brain don't have desire.
You know what? You being a mom and with this book, you know what? Let's drop it like this. Guys, look. We've all had toddlers who are kids, who have kids, or who have taken care of children. You don't have to be a parent for this to apply, but you're going to understand this very clearly. See a toddler that is absolutely blown away by the exploration of all the colors and everything going on. How difficult is it for a parent that is stuck in beliefs and societal norms to try to make that child conform out of its joyous, explorative, adventurous state? You know how difficult that is? So, but the problem is, our parents should have remained in that state too. You see? And this is the new pattern of the new ways that it has to be installed, no matter who it is. You are supposed to be in a childlike, joyous state of adventure, learning, growth, and expansion, no matter how old you are. And this is the misconception. And yes, you can reverse your aging. I am doing it. And yes, joy is the only thing that can extend your life. So if your old self up until today was not feeding you joy, you're extending not your life, but you are quickly deteriorating by choice.
Yep.
The only thing that'll extend your telomeres, which are the ends of your DNA to expand your lifespan, which you need a certain enzyme for the body to produce to give you that longevity and vitality in your life. And that's telekinesis, telekinase. Okay. Why? It's telomeres. Your telomeres dictate how long you live for. And that doesn't depend on race, or that doesn't depend on eye color, or whether you were adopted, or whether you come from a broken home, or whether you were a drug addict, or whether you were this, that, or the other. No matter what your patterns or your programming or your belief, joy and feeling authentically joyous is the only thing that extends your life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go ahead, Andy.
Toby, do you know what me and my 3 teenagers do? My phone, oh shoot, I just dropped it. My phone is the iPhone 23 Plus. My kids gave me stickers, so, you know. But anyways, it takes really good photos, especially of the night sky and the daytime sky, sunset, sunrise, whatever, clouds. So anytime I see the beautiful sky, different colors, I take pictures and I send them to the kids. I send them to my teenagers on their phone because they love seeing the different colors, different waves of clouds, they just love it. And if I'm sitting in the house and they go outside, because they'll go out front and just sit, enjoy the air. They'll come in, Mom, let me use your phone. I'll say, well, is the sky pretty? Yes, let me use your phone. I want a picture. You better send it to me. So even though they're teenagers, 18, almost 17 and 16, they still love seeing beautiful things made by nature. They love capturing it. We took pictures of flowers when we were in California. Pictures of flowers.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the pictures of the flowers. It's actually the moments and the beauty of those moments that they want to capture.
Oh, yeah,
In its
definitely.
highest form. So it's really good that they have that they have you to, guide them to that and allow them to be like that. Because, how many parents tell kids, oh, that's stupid. Leave me alone. Well, you're wasting my time. I've got things to do. Go find something to do. Like, it's not, and guys, that's why it's so important, to make sure you search our books, and go get them.
Yeah.
But not a joke. Ridding your old self is serious. And, if I didn't rid my old self, I would have never been able to heal. That kind of density that I was living as my old self, my gosh. I wanted to kill her at times, Thank God that she died, because literally, I didn't even like her. Never mind anybody else. I didn't expect any. I preferred people to hate me, actually. It was less headaches for me. Like, I was not a joke. I functioned my old self. I was like, no, let me just stay away from everybody. And if everybody hates me, well, then they won't fucking bother me. And that's it. Yeah. So if I didn't rid myself of my old self, I would not be out here teaching any of you about energy or becoming your best self or how to empower yourself or how to get better results in your life. Andy, that was mind blowing. I didn't know that you tried to do this adventure before. I thought it was just that this is something that you picked up after the changes were done. I didn't know this was a second go at it.
Yeah, I had a comparison. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And you already feel the difference in the results and you've landed a script.
Hell yeah. I couldn't do it with my sick and tired self. I couldn't. I tried.
I'm so grateful. So when you make it big and rich and famous, then you can buy me a horse or something. Okay? To put on my farm. that I'll
Oh yeah.
already have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Here, Toby, I brought you a nice big workhorse, and I'll be like, "Ooh, yeah."
Bring in a nice big stud so you can make another workhorse when that one starts getting too old, so you can find it a girlfriend and get you another one, so you can keep
Well,
up the.
actually, you know what? I do want a couple of workhorses, but I'm into having a healing farm, so I'm going to have many horses on that farm to heal children with,
I
actually.
love horses. I can ride them bareback. I haven't done it in a long time. I used to have a friend that had a horse. Actually, she had a barn that had horses in it. She let other people rent stalls because she only had one horse, but she let other people rent the stalls so that they could keep their horses together. Oh, I'd go and I'd help her take care of the horses. And her dad was the police chief, and he did the horses in our area. Like they were police on horses. And we'd go and help them take care of those horses. And I'd just, with my friend's horse, I'd just get on it. And first time I got on it, she freaked out. She said, I haven't even saddled him yet. I said, I don't care. We took off. And I had the time of my life. I was laughing. I was a teenager. My dad had already, we won't go there right now. I had the time of my life riding that horse bareback. That horse listened to me and I didn't say a word. I connected with him as soon as I got on his back. And we were gone for 20 minutes and she was freaking out. It's before cell phones. So we come back. She said, how? I said, he loves me. That's all.
The day before my car accident in 2010, I had actually made arrangements to buy a horse. And the following day, I had that car accident. Life
Oh my.
changing, ended my nursing career, ended my purchase of that horse. It was life altering. But, there we have to accept what's happened to us up until now in order to rid ourselves of the old self anyway. If you're still carrying any regret or anything from your life, you can't, because every single thing that you've ever lived has led you to this point in time right now to be exactly who you are, whether it's the need for change or you've already actively started to change or whatever. You have to be grateful for every single thing that led you up into this point to give you the ability to harness a new, refreshed, rejuvenated self that's calm and clear and vibrating high with a high vibe. Come on, that's possible for everybody if they want it.
Absolutely. They just have to want it bad enough.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful about this talk about ridding ourselves of the old self because it's really important that everybody does it. So, Andy, you want to take 10 minutes and let's talk about your book launch.
Yes, I am super excited. My main goal for any and all books I have written or am writing in the future, that is my beautiful cover that has my hand and my youngest son's hand. I said, Bubby, do you want to have your hand picture on mommy's book? He said, of course. He's 8 years old. I'm telling you what, he's so quick-witted. I don't know what to do with him sometimes. And I had him come up with a couple positions, for our hands to be in. And he loved taking those pictures. And I showed him the book when I got it. He said, Mommy, that's my hand. I said, yeah, it is, Bubba. He was so happy. But my book is hopefully going to help new moms, old moms, it could even help dads. If dads want to know what go on inside of a woman's brain when she's raising her son, you need to read that book. Because, a little secret, boys need a male influence. Because women, we don't know everything about boys. We learn when we have them. Our husbands don't tell us everything that that they know. We learn when we have a son of our own, or a nephew we help raise, or a best friend's little boy we help raise. Women know nothing about boys, but the bond between a son and his mom is so strong. You'd think we know everything about them. Because my boys, even my 25-year-old, he he text messages me at least every day. What you doing, mama? He's 25. He's 6'6". He's a big boy. And he still loves his mama. He's never going to stop loving me. He's never going to stop texting me. But the bond between a mom and her son, it's unbreakable. And sometimes that's sad because, some moms choose other things, but we're not going to that.
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to just say something
Hmm.
while I can. Actually, we love our children unconditionally, but they
Yes,
don't
we do.
need to love us unconditionally at
No,
all.
no, they
So,
don't.
yeah, go ahead.
For me, as a mother, I love my children unconditionally. As Toby said, I love every one of my 11 children unconditionally. I wouldn't trade none of them for anything. I love the fact that I'm bonded with them. But you have to show them you love them unconditionally. You can't just say, "Oh, I love you," and then go and pick and do other things and, not choose them over other people or other things. You have to. It's a Motherhood is work. Being a person is work. You can't just sit back and let it all just do whatever. You have to work.
You
Being
have to take
pregnant.
inspired actions towards your truest heart's desires.
Yeah, what she said. Being pregnant is work. Your body is working triple, double overtime.
Creating.
Growing, yeah, growing the baby. You have to make sure you eat. You have to make sure, you know, you just have to make sure you're doing everything that you possibly can to grow a healthy baby. Giving birth. Wow. Okay. If y'all want to know details, message me because I'm not going into detail on here. It'll take too long. Bringing home your newborn baby. If you've never ever had to take care of a baby for more than a couple of hours, like watching someone's baby, it is scary, very scary, and it is work too. And let's see, get them to the toddler stage, fun stage, but also it is a very trying, very um emotional for mom and son, daughter. When they're 3 years old, there is such thing as a three-nager, and I wholeheartedly believe it because I've seen it multiple times in my own children.
I love it.
They give you a preview for real of what they're going to act like when they hit that hormonal teenage years. They, for real, give you a preview. Pay attention. And then when they get to school, there's bittersweet moments of that some kids will attach themselves to your leg and you have to pry them off if you want to put them in public school or private school. If you're not homeschooling, those are very emotional stages. And then when those teenage years do actually hit, oh, I'm gonna tell you what, boys are easier in the teenage years. They're so much easier. Because when my girl book comes out, I swear my teenage years is going to be this thick on the book.
You know what? As Kara Wilson likes to call it, the hormone soup.
Oh my goodness, that is not a joke. But, and then, you know, just because your kid turns 18 or 21 doesn't mean you're not their mom anymore. I will never, ever, ever stop being a mother until I take my last breath. You're always their mama. Just because they grow up, get a job, move out, go to the Marines, as two of my boys are doing in 2 years. Because Austin decided to wait for Steven. So they're going to go in together. Anyway, they are still your children. You are still their mother. You never stop being their mother. You do not need to put a boot up their rear end to get them to go out the door because trust me, they're they should want to get a job and be able to make their own money. And you
Something
got to
just came
help
to
them.
mind. What did you say that Austin's waiting to go to the army?
Yeah, Austin's going to wait to go into the Marines until Steven graduates high school and they're going to go together. So, because Austin was on mental health medicine for a little while until, like a year before I met you, he thought, well, I only did that because I was so depressed about my ex-girlfriend. So he decided he wanted to go off of it. And I'm trying to find him an adult psychiatrist to clear him so he can go into the military. But he's going to wait for Steven anyway, so they'll go together.
Well, you know what? In divine timing, as
Yeah.
long as he knows that's the route, that's okay.
Oh
That's
yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but my book talks about all the stages that your son will go through. All the things that I have learned. I may have forgotten a thing here or there, but the things that you have learned, I have learned that I will share with everybody, everybody that buys the book. And, I've also thrown in self care because if mama hasn't taken care of herself, hasn't loved herself, your kids can see that. They can feel that. They're your blood. They're bonded to you. They can feel what you feel from the time their little tiny heart starts beating. Before you even find out you're pregnant, they feel everything you feel. I know that. But your babies are always your babies. No matter if they're 10 years old or a newborn, they're always your babies. But I'm going to see, Toby, what this little man has gotten out of bed for. So if you don't care, just to continue, I love you guys. I'll be right back.
Perfect. Okay, guys. Yeah, so that's her book launch on the 22nd. That's going to happen. I'm really glad everybody comes out and they, drop their comments and they and they do their thing. And I'm grateful for you all. And I'm really grateful to bring out some kind of learning that empowers you guys. And that's what it's all about. Alpha E Mind Mastery is empowering emotional mastery. We're energetic beings first. And every one of our energetic centers fuels 7 energetic bodies around us. Yeah. So, guys, tonight with the release of the super moon, release to the moon, everything that's not serving you. Why do I say this? Because, I will put it up here again. Tonight's episode is releasing the old self, embracing your true given capacities. And you can, if you want to work in alignment with your truest capacity. And what is that? That's the state that you were in when you were born, and you weren't thinking about trying to roll over, you just did it. And you weren't thinking about all the times that you couldn't, maneuver your knee to move when you were crawling. You were just, your heart's desire said, I want to crawl and I'm going to figure it out. And you did it. You didn't think about it. When you went to walk, you were not thinking about it. You had to figure out how to sit up, then to go to crawling. You were not scared. You didn't have any fear that was governing your being. No. But as long as you're allowing fear to govern your being, you're not in your truest, highest capacities. because fear will actually remove you from being safe and secure in your own being to begin with. So if you're running on these patterns of fear, fearing that you're not enough, fearing that you don't have enough, fearing that you won't be enough, fearing that you won't be loved, accepted, approved of, validated, those are patterns of destruction that you're running on, because your innate essence of your being only knows expansion, growth, thriving, learning, exploring, discovering, and bringing to life whatever the heart desires. Because everything else, the brain's got that under control. Should you allow it to do that for you? But if you genuinely want to sit there and tell yourself a story that is going to push you into patterns of self-destruction, nobody can stop that but you. The self-talk being destructive. You know, if you tell yourself something that your heart doesn't agree with, you will get sick. That's what you all don't really understand. Half of you sitting there, actually not even half, that's right, I was just corrected. Oh, no, I get it. All of you that are sitting there with lowered energy, lowered motivation, you're sitting there feeling sick, you're sitting there with chronic illness, you're sitting there with disease. You know that there's just something you haven't forgiven in your life? Whether it's shaming yourself, blaming yourself, guilting yourself, or doing it to another, but primarily it's what we do to ourselves. And these are these patterns of the stories you've told yourself that have literally crippled your capacity. And if that's the case, man, you really need to come and join me for the next 2 Friday nights at the Empowering You meeting. Not even a joke.
I'm telling you what, after the last meeting, I was late, but I could still feel the energy. While it was going on and I wasn't there, I could still feel it because I'm connected to Tobi. I can feel it.
Yeah. And yeah, Melissa, tonight is the super moon, but it's a rare sturgeon blue moon because it's the 3rd full moon or whatever. But, you know, so am I.
Very connected. Yeah.
Very connected. Well, you better get up to the speed with the frequency. Because yes, we're connected. But if you see this, I'll mention this too. Look, being connected, but evolving and growing and staying connected is 2 different things. I'm at such a high elevation of frequency right now that anybody that stays connected to me must continue to evolve and grow also, or the connection dwindles away. So yes, we're connected. But if the consistency and the want for the connection, it has to be nurtured on a daily. Or we evolve and grow out of situations according to what we're doing in our life. Me, I am no longer on a healing journey like everybody else is. I'm healed and teaching others to do it. So in order to be thoroughly connected to me, you must be in my pool of students, because other than my pool of students, I'm not allowed to be connected to anything else right now, especially for the next 3 weeks. So guys, I encourage you all, whoever wants to stay connected to me, you better get into the groups, because I'm not even playing. I don't need to heal. I've done that. So if you're not healed and whole, you are not on my vibe, and you have some work to do to achieve it. And that's nothing personal. That goes for the whole world. Because me, I'm flying like an eagle right now. Not 1 amp, not 1 bit of pain. Doing my thing. of the utmost global value that I can. So, connections for me right now are those that choose to come for the learning and for the healing for themselves. Other than that, I cut cords every day with every single person on the planet. Nothing personal. I even cut cords with my own children. So there's nobody that's exempt from that. Why? Because there is no vessel that should feed off my energy, no matter what. So therefore, that's the protection of my own energy. You know? But I love everybody. Yes, I do. And that's the connection. But to stay connected, you guys have to continue on your learning journey. Because if not, I will soon be out of your reach because you're not flying at the same altitude as me. So this is why I encourage everybody to jump on the learning. Jump on the Empowering You weekly meets. Because you want to evolve and grow if you do want to stay connected with me. Because if you don't, the frequency doesn't match. And it's not enough, like Andy said, to just come and listen to my lives. No, it's not. Because, Andy, do my lives pack any of the learning that I packed into Friday?
No.
There we go. So, okay, I go out there on the lives and I talk. But unless you're actively in my learning group, you have no clue. Because I just showed everybody who I really am in that group. They all seen a different side of me. Like Andy, did you even think I was that person?
I felt that you were, but I wasn't shown that you were.
Yeah, you've never seen me in action, have you?
No.
You should have seen me in action when I was president of those board of director meetings, man. Ooh, boy. These meetups are nothing compared to running the board of directors as president. Oh.
Wow.
For, a very large co-op. So yeah, that's why I've got the expertise that you saw me with. It's not the first time I've led a group. And everybody seems to think, oh, okay, Tobi, this is Tobi's first event. Listen, life mastery, eh?
No.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up here for tonight. Thank you for coming out to the episode 20 of Masteries United Earth Angels series. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We are so grateful that you came out to connect with us tonight.
Yes.
Guys, I really would love for you all to invest in your own learning. Lock off 7 to 9 on Friday nights. You have 2 weeks left to do it. You see, my calendar was open and there were people booking past that in the hopes that they would lock me in for those Fridays. But I've actually closed that calendar because I'm starting a new cycle once these 2 are over for real mastery. So guys, come out and get your taste of the learning for the next 2 weeks. And then, well, anyway, take advantage of it while it's still a gift.
Yes. Yes. Take advantage.
Because
factually,
the next 2 Fridays are the only 2 Fridays that you'll ever get me free again, people. Every Friday after that, you'll pay to come into those sessions, but they will be more than I delivered to you for free. Guys, we love you. Andy, do you want to say goodnight to everybody?
Yes. I just want to say, y'all need to get you some rest. I know you, Tobi, and I feel the power of this moon right now. We need to sleep too. I have to remind myself that I need to sleep because last night I didn't sleep.
Oh, you got to sleep
nap
for
today.
yourself. I've got some creating to do. I'm not going to sleep. What do you mean? I have week 3 to pack on. And this is the most powerful creative energies that I could use on the planet right now for the next 10 years. You think I'm sleeping? No, I'm creating.
No, not right now. Just
I'm
remember,
creating, honey.
I'm going to be writing some of my book here in a minute after we're done, my second book. But I just want to tell everyone good night. I love y'all. And my little 10-year-old that came in here, his tooth was so loose, he was trying to pull it on himself and it hurt too bad. So mama had to do that. But I just said one little tink, it was done. But yeah, just in case anybody was wondering. But take care of yourself, love yourself. Otherwise, you can't love or take care of anyone the right way. I know from experience. You have to take care of yourself first. Because you can't pour from an empty cup.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Love y'all.
Okay, guys, we love you. Have a great night. Hope to see you Friday at the event. If it sells out, well, not sells out because it's a free event, but it's already almost full. So if you guys want to grab your seat, you better book it in for the 2 weeks or you lose your seat. First come, first serve. That's just how it is. Guys, please, all those summits in the comments. I want to see everybody registered. No excuses. We love you. Have a great night. Bye.